Hello, everybody. Tommy here, World at War Comics, and I just wanted to spend some time talking a little bit about Green Lantern. If you are a Green Lantern fan, um, I'm 50 years old. I've loved Green Lantern for a long time. My favorite runs, obviously, Jeff Johns, Peter Tomasi. I mean, there's been a lot of amazing writers and artists that have worked on Green Lantern. But as of right now, looking back, I don't know. Let me know what you think. This could be one of the best times to be a Green Lantern fan with everything that's going on right now. McFarlane releasing Green Lantern Corps, obviously him releasing several different figures over the last, 3 or 4 years. I mean, it is crazy right now being a Green Lantern fan with everything that's going on. And I just feel like we're entering into another amazing kind of stage of Green Lantern fandom. And I just can't get enough. So let me kind of go through the way I'm seeing Green Lantern right now and everything that's going on. So I got a bunch of stuff in front of me, Green Lantern related, that has come out in the last, call it, I don't know, maybe, excuse me, 2 years. But we are definitely being spoiled right now when it comes to Green Lantern. So starting off, man, right? So we got, bear with me for a second as I pull it out here. We got, I think it started really with, John Stewart, the Emerald Knight, with this right here. If you haven't seen this one, this was with Jeffrey Thorne and art by Marco Santucci. So we got this one right here. This came out, I want to say in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. And I was very excited to get that title. And it was pretty good. You know, I feel anytime that you give one character, no matter who it is, too much power, it kind of puts them in a weird spot where all of a sudden, right, what can defeat them? It takes away from that ability to tell really great stories. But I really enjoyed it. John Stewart is, one of my favorite Green Lanterns, so I really enjoyed it. I thought, Jeffrey Thorne did a pretty good job on that. And then we got all the news right after that of Jeremy Adams coming over with his Green Lantern run right here. I've had him on the podcast a couple times, so just go back to our YouTube page at World at War Comics and you'll see it there. I've met him a couple times. He's been on my podcast a couple times. But the amount of incredible writing that's coming out of Jeremy Adams when it comes to Green Lantern, he's quickly becoming one of my favorite Green Lantern writers. I mean, obviously Jeff Johns is at the top for me, but I mean, Jeremy Adams is right there. And I'm loving this series. We're through 15 issues so far, and it's been a blast. The covers that they're doing have been really awesome as well. We've gotten some amazing, here's this Kyle Rayner cover, which I really love. We got a couple others like, let's see, I think we got Jessica Cruz on one of them. But, man, it's just the art has been incredible. The title has been incredible. And so if you're a Green Lantern fan, you got to be super excited to have someone like Jeremy Adams, who personally is one of my favorite writers at DC. There's a few of them, and he's at the top of my list. If you haven't read his Flash run, man, you got to check that out. That was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun reading that and collecting those issues, but his Green Lantern has been fantastic. And then one of my other favorite writers is going to be Philip Kennedy Johnson, and his run, his War Journal run, has been absolutely incredible. John Stewart is one of those characters that, there's been some development. Obviously, we know a little bit about him, but what Philip Kennedy Johnson has been able to do through War Journal is really bring out that emotional side of John Stewart that we don't get to see a lot. He's so stoic, military, very strict on himself. I love that. That's why he's one of my favorite characters. But what Philip Kennedy Johnson has been able to do is really give us a side of John Stewart that I don't think a lot of fans get to see. And some of these covers are absolutely incredible. I mean, look at this cover right here of John Stewart. I can get out of the glare. It's so freaking amazing. Here's that other Jessica Cruz cover I was telling you about. That is absolutely incredible. So we're just spoiled, man. For a while, we had two series. So we're getting 2 different stories every single month between Philip Kennedy Johnson and Jeremy Adams, and it has been awesome, man. And and then also Montos is the one who is doing the art, and he has been killing it. So we have those 2 titles, and then what was just released is, now that the War Journal is over, and if you don't know, that issue 12 was the last issue that kind of closed out that storyline of John Stewart, we're still going to get stories of John Stewart, and one of those stories is going to be in Green Lantern Civil Corps, which you got our first issue. So this is being written by Philip Kennedy Johnson and Jeremy Adams, with art by Salvador LaRocca, and I got a couple covers for that first issue. You want to read up to issue 15 and then jump into this, because it's going to tie everything in. But man, I hope this is ongoing for a while. This was a lot of fun. So I've been having a blast with Green Lantern. I don't know about all of you. And then, if you look at all the Green Lanterns from a collector standpoint that McFarlane has been putting out, I mean, obviously this last year, right, we got the Kyle Rayner and the Kilowog 2-pack. We obviously got our Alan Scott back here. We got the John Stewart from the first appearance, which I have right here on issue 87 of Green Lantern and Green Arrow. So we got that traditional Green Lantern outfit, which I absolutely loved. And then we've got, I don't know how many Hal Jordans we've gotten. We've gotten several Hal Jordans. And then today was announced that they will be having a Simon Baz. So I do have the old DC Direct Simon Baz, which is one of my favorite figures. He looks freaking awesome. So we're going to get that one. I thought it was a little weird that we would get a Simon Baz before, some of the other characters that I thought should have been kind of first. I don't know. I feel like Guy Gardner, just because of the news that we've gotten with the TV show, that we would get a Guy Gardner from McFarlane before a Simon Baz, but I'm not complaining. I hope we get a Jessica Cruz. I hope we get a Joe Mullen. I hope we get all of them, right? But then what dropped, which I was extremely excited about, is the Green Lantern Corps. There was the Green Lantern Corps, which comes with Tamar Ray and Abin Sur. But then there was a chase, and the chase came with Arcus Chummick right here. Incredible. And then Green Man. So I'm going to open these up right now, and we're going to check them out together. But absolutely incredible. I had to pick up, to be honest, a couple extra. That way I have bodies for the other headpieces. So the only complaint that I have about this current line from McFarlane is you're getting one body with 2 headpieces to share, which means you got to buy a second piece if you want to have a body for Abin Sur, right? And the same thing right here for Green Man. So you can see Green Man right up here, his headpiece, but it only comes with one body. So I went ahead, I have 3 of these ones. I got another one right here, and we're going to put these together, and we're going to add this to the collection. Of course, we've gotten Batman Parallax, and we've gotten a Hal Jordan Parallax. We've obviously have gotten several Sinestros, which I don't have out right here. But the newest Sinestro, the Parallax, just dropped, and you could get this in your stores. I actually got this at Walmart. So very cool. And like I said, the 2 new figures, or the new figure, Green Lantern figure that we're going to get, is going to be Simon Baz. That drops October 17th. If I were you, I would start at 9 a.m. Pacific, head over to McFarlandToysStore.com, and I would check there first. And then it says it's going to be sold in a lot of different places. So eventually you'll start to see that Simon Baz in stores. But man, we are just being spoiled when it comes to all of the Green Lantern stuff that we're getting. Not only that, we also got Alan Scott Green Lantern, written by Tim Sheridan. I do have my autographed version right here. I was able to meet him at WonderCon. So 3 titles at one time. War Journal and Alan Scott is now done. Now we have Green Lantern, which really is a Hal Jordan story, but it has a lot of the Green Lantern Corps. And then we have what did I just mention? We have the Civil Corps. So man, now is the best time I think ever to be a Green Lantern fan, and I'm having a blast. All right, so let's jump in to these figures. I definitely am excited. So I'm going to start off. I'm also going to throw in a couple other figures that I was able to pick up. So I picked up a Star Sapphire. Sapphire, can't even talk, which was really cool. This is the old DC figures that I was able to pick up, the DC Direct. So we'll open up that. And then I got Fatality, which I didn't have from the DC Direct as well. And what I love about DC Direct is they have quite a few of the Green Lantern Corps that you won't find anywhere else. So I will open up those last. But let's start with Tamare. I got my knife right here, and then we'll get Adam Sir, and we'll open up these bad boys and check them out. I've been dying to open these up. So here we go. Hopefully everyone's having a great weekend so far. Here we go. So as you can see right here, the figure comes with the headpiece of Adam Sir. Right here. So pretty decent detail. Maybe I'll pull down the actual DC Direct, and we could kind of compare the two. Obviously, it comes with a card, which will be the same picture on the back right here. And here we go. That famous cover of the Green Lantern Corps. And you could see on the new, I don't know where I put it, but the you can see they remade that same cover on the new Civil Corps. So absolutely love it, but I will be collecting these cards. I'll have a couple of extras, so maybe I'll give a couple away. But yeah, this is awesome. Tales of the Green Lantern Corps, issue 3 cover right there. So anyways, very cool. Let's open up this bad boy and take a look. Pull off the base so we have it. We'll see how good they stand on their own. Usually McFarlane's not too bad, but the base is certainly help. And these do have that kind of old school. Look at that. So it comes with a hand piece, which I think is pretty dope. I'll go ahead and throw that on there too. Comes with a shield, which maybe we'll put in the other hand. That's awesome. It does come with a set of 3 different hands. So then obviously it has to come with the lantern, which it does. And that might be one of the better lanterns that McFarlane has put out so far, and even DC Direct. Like I said, I have several DC Direct figures, but that is pretty awesome. Let me see if I could use this one. Sometimes this knife gets in there a little better. And let me know, are you collecting all of these too from McFarlane, all the different lanterns? I know a few of us Lantern fans are so excited with everything that's going on with Green Lantern. I am stoked. Like I said, I think we're getting spoiled right now. And I didn't even talk about what James Gunn's plans are around Green Lantern. And there's a lot of pressure to get this right from James Gunn. We got a lot of news, right? So the first news that we got for the new TV series that is coming, which will be on HBO, which is supposed to be the foundation of the DCU. So whatever is going to be taking place on this TV show or the HBO series is going to be extremely important to the DCU moving forward, which I'm really excited about. It is going to be more of a cop show. There's something's going to be happening, and they're going to need the Green Lanterns to help kind of figure out what is taking place, and that's going to set the tone for the rest of the DCU universe that James Gunn is building. So I love that the Green Lantern are being used. So we got Nathan Fillion, who is going to be playing Guy Gardner. He was actually the first person that was mentioned or cast for a Green Lantern role. Then we got Kyle Chandler, who has been cast as Hal Jordan. And then, within the last 2 days, Aaron Pierre has been cast as John Stewart. So it's all coming together. According to what James Gunn has been talking about, those won't be the only Green Lantern that will make appearances during this show, nor will be the only ones that end up throughout the DCU. We know Hal Jordan and obviously John Stewart will be taking a larger role in the series that he is creating. Hal Jordan will be kind of John Stewart's elder in age, and he will be mentoring John Stewart. Which is pretty exciting. But we are hearing, Jessica Cruz, Joe Mullen, and Simon Baz could also be playing small roles, at least as of right now, within either this HBO series or the DCU in general. But anyway, here we go. Tomar-Ray, pretty dope, man. You can see the head piece right there. So that's going to look really nice with the rest of the figure. So I'll put him right here. Let's open up another one. That way we could get Abin Sur all put together. I could take out all the other pieces out later after we're done. And then let's jump into Green Man and Arcus after that. Arcus Chumuk. So in this case, I'm just going to take out the body and we're going to change out the headpiece here. That way we could put this all together. Well, I hope they come out with so many more. I hope James Gunn and what he's doing on that TV series is so amazing that we just keep getting more and more figures from McFarlane of Green Lantern. Take this off. All right, here we go. Let me grab the stand and make sure he stands properly. Again, we have an extra card, so maybe when I get purchases through TikTok and eBay and whatnot for my own comic Kingsville, maybe I'll throw that in as well. Here we go. So I definitely don't need 4 of them. This is awesome, man. And here is Abin Sur. Not bad. The head sculpt looks pretty awesome. Like I said, I love the uniform. The uniform matches, that issue 3 of the core. That's awesome, man. So we got 2 of the 4 so far right here. Again, 22 points of articulation, like everything else that McFarlane is currently producing. All right, so let's jump in with Green Man and Arcus. I do have Arcus from DC Direct. Again, those were 6-inch figures, if I'm not mistaken, and these are 7, so that's another reason why I'm pretty excited about this. Again, everything is the same. This is just the chase, so the box is the same. Just the characters are different. Comes with all the same pieces. So the 3 sets of hands, the shield, obviously the lantern, and then you just get the Green Man headpiece, which kind of looks like a Ninja Turtle head. See Green Man right there. Let's pull out Arcus. I did pull out some of my older Green Lantern books. I have several of the omnibus, so I have a lot of Peter Tomasi, a lot of Jeff Johns' Green Lantern run, Blackest Night, Brightest Day, Green Lantern Corps from Tomasi. There we go. What else do I have up there? I have quite a bit. And I got a bunch of other stuff too. Tim Seeley, got Far Sector. Got a lot. Grant Morrison, I got a little bit of his run as well. All right, here we go. Here's Arcus. That's awesome, man. He looks amazing. And his head sculpt is incredible. But man, we are just getting spoiled. Like I said, we got Kilowog, which I think came out amazing from McFarlane. Again, the third card that I've received. Here we go. We'll throw on the plate, and I'll stand them up for everybody. That way they could take a look at it. But here we go. Looks awesome. We'll throw him here, and let's open up this last one so that way we can get Green Man a body. And then I'll take all these parts and I'll put them somewhere later. I've been trying to collect all the first appearances. Obviously, Showcase 22, that's not in my budget, and nor is the first appearance of Alan Scott. That's not going to be in my budget either. Both of those go for quite a bit. But maybe one day, if I hit the lottery or something, I'll do it. But I have Guy Gardner. I have John Stewart. I got Jessica Cruz, Joe Mullen, Simon Baz, Kyle Rayner. I got all of their first appearances. Even Kilowog, which, man, did they do him dirty in that first issue when you look at what he looks like today and what he looked like then. Sorry, Kilowog. I'm trying to remember who did the cover on this. Statton and Patterson, 1986. Yeah. So this is the Green Lantern Corps first issue, but it does have Kilowog on there as his first appearance. So, but kind of did him dirty. All right. Put Green Man together here. Let me know, were you able to get the chase? It took me a while to get the chase. My good buddy, House of Geekery, LT, and Ahsoka, who I follow, who we've become pretty good friends. I actually don't live too far away from Ahsoka, so we gotta. If you watch this, man, we keep saying it, but we gotta get together, man. But here we go. Let me grab the plate. Sweet. Awesome, man. So like I said, man, to have all these different figures from McFarlane, obviously all the news that we're getting, put this down a little bit, all the news we're getting from James Gunn and everything that they're doing with the Lantern series. Like I said, Simon Baz is next. I'm wondering if there's going to be a chase maybe with Jessica Cruz. That would make a lot of sense since those two shared a title for a very long time. Here we go. Here is the Green Lantern Corps. Here is the original Green Lantern Corps, and here's the chase, which came out really awesome, I think. So we got Green Man, we have Arcus, we have Tomar Ray, and then we have Avansur. So here we go. Pretty awesome. I got a couple extra headpieces of Tomar, and a lot of hands. But man, am I excited to have these as part of the collection. as I mentioned, man, we have gotten quite a few on John Stewart's. We have gotten probably three or three or four versions of Kyle Rayner. We also have him as a Blue Lantern. We have, I do this without him falling apart, but we have Alan Scott as well. We have Kilowog, which is definitely one of my favorite by McFarlane. I mean, he is heavy, man. Hefty. I have the DC Direct too, but I thought McFarlane and the team did a great job on this. Came out awesome. So here's Kilowog. Like I said, he did several Hal Jordans. Let me see if I can grab them without knocking everything over, but we got quite a few versions of Hal Jordan. So we got Hal Jordan there. So we're starting to really build out an amazing 7-inch version of Green Lantern Corps, which I will take these all day. So they're all falling over, but you could see them here. Let me see if I could get Hal to stand properly without knocking everybody else over. He's a little heavy with all the extra parts I put on him. There we go. So here he is. And like I said, man, Jessica Cruz is one of my favorite lanterns. I have her in the DC Direct. She's a little hard to find and a little expensive. So if you happen to find one under $100, grab it, because a lot of them are over $100 for her. So I do have her right here from a DC Direct. Oh, there went Kilowog. But here it is, DC Direct. And then I also, as I mentioned, I have Guy Gardner from DC Direct. And then we have Simon Baz from DC Direct. You know it's DC Direct because it has a gun, which DC does not allow McFarlane to do. That's why you buy the ammunitions packs from McFarlane, so you could add where it makes sense. So anyways, here is the Green Lantern team from McFarlane. Now, there is now 4 different versions of Sinestro. I did get the newest, so let me open up this bad boy next. I'll start putting these over here so we could kind of line them all up. But we have the Sinestro as Parallax in the yellow. Stand him up without everybody falling apart. And let me know, have you been collecting all of these as well, as far as all the series? And what are your thoughts of, Jeremy Adams and Philip Kennedy Johnson? I personally feel they are crushing it when it comes to the Lanterns. I love both those series. Tim Sheraton on Alan Scott. And then now we have Philip Kennedy Johnson and Jeremy Adams on the Civil Corps, which is pretty amazing, man. I'll throw all these right here, see if I can do this without knocking them all over. I'll take a little picture after this of all of them. But they look awesome, man. I was so excited. Thank you specifically to LT from House of Geekery for sending me a link once that chase became available. I want to say it was through Big Bad Toy Store. I literally got the link, went there, purchased it, and like 3 minutes later, it was already sold out, the chase. So thank you to LT. He always is a big help. Him, Ahsoka. There's quite even on Reddit, all the McFarlane collectors over there are just awesome. We all try to help each other where we can. And man, that was huge for me. All right, so let's check out Sinestro as Parallax. Open up this bad boy. like I said, you know what? I got this at Target, not at Walmart. I'm almost positive. So here's the back. As you know, anytime you get a McFarlane figure, the card that it comes with normally looks like that. Usually a copy of what's on the back of the box. Yeah, you know, McFarlane's been doing all of the capes with wire. It would have been cool if they would have done it with Sinestro too. But I think he's only doing that in the probably in the collector's editions, is what I'm thinking. And this is not one of the collector's editions figures. As I mentioned, I believe this is the third or fourth Sinestro that he has done. We have the version of Sinestro where he's a Green Lantern, but you can see yellow coming through. You have the Yellow Lantern. We have the Parallax, and I believe there was one more that I'm missing. I'm not a completionist. I do collect as much as I can. The one that I'm looking for is Hal Jordan as the Spectre. But those are, I think I saw one available. They're already being sold for $120, and I'm not going to spend that much for that. I know it's a chase, but I'm like, no, not doing that. So here's the card. And then here is his base. And we'll see where all these stories go within Green Lantern and the Civil Corps. I'm hoping that we start to see some other lanterns as well. But here is Sinestro as Parallax. And this is a new one that just came out as well. So yeah, if anybody sees that Spectre, the Hal Jordan Chase Spectre, let me know. I would love to get that. But it's got to be under $100. So here we go. That's all of them. That's all the ones that came. Now I have a ton of figures that will open at another time. I'm way behind on opening up figures, but so far this has been fun. Just to go through some of the comics from Green Lantern 2, right? You saw War Journal. You saw Alan Scott. You saw Green Lantern with Jeremy Adams. Here is the first appearance of Kilowog. This one right here is pretty awesome. It's a 100-page 80th anniversary, and you could see all the Earth core on the cover. Here is the first appearance of Dinah Lance in Deceased. Here's the first appearance of Kyle Rayner. This is the first appearance of Jessica Cruz with her power ring. Eventually, I'll have them all put in CBCS or CGC. Not because I think they're going to be worth a ton, just because I love Green Lantern and I want to keep them all nice. Here is the first appearance of Joe Mullen in Far Sector. Here's the first appearance of the Sinestro Corps. The New 52, the Free Comic Book Day, that was the first appearance of Simon Baz. And then I just have a Green Lantern Corps signed by Ethan Van Sciver, which is pretty old. I've had this for a while. Of course, I have Green Lantern, Green Arrow, issue number 87, the first appearance of John Stewart. You can see him holding up Hal Jordan right there. And then I have Green Lantern, number 59, with the first appearance of Guy Gardner. And so I got a few to go, a few that are really expensive. Eventually I'll get there. I got Young Justice too, Kid Lantern. We'll see what the DC ends up doing with this character. They haven't really done a whole lot with this character, but she's here. They got to do something. So anyways, yeah. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, she is up here on the Green Lantern 80th anniversary. And this is really cool if you want to just check out all the different Earth lanterns. A lot of people don't even realize, man, I think there's been 24, 25 Earth Green Lanterns. And actually started in China, which if you don't know that, you should do some research and find out who the first Earth Lantern was. There was I believe it was a one-shot, if I'm not mistaken, that goes to that story. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed that. Super excited about where Green Lantern is right now at DC. I'm having a blast with everything that's going on. Jeremy Adams killing it right now. Philip Kennedy Johnson, War Journal has been so much fun. He's still going to be writing with Jeremy Adams, so we'll see a lot more of John Stewart from his perspective. But check it out, man. Make sure that you have that on your pull list, and then make sure that you have Civil Corps on your pull list, where you have Philip Kennedy and Jeremy Adams coming together, which are two of my favorite writers. So a lot of reason to be a Green Lantern fan right now. So check it out. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out with me and allowing me to show my love for Green Lantern. And I hope you're all doing well. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon. If you haven't followed us, give us a like and a follow. We'd really appreciate that. And also go back. I've interviewed Philip Kennedy Johnson, Harmonico, Jeremy Adams a couple different times. Go back and check it out. Tim Seeley, who's written for Green Lantern. He did a lot of the Simon Baz, Jessica Cruz. Here's Ryan Caddy, who's done some one-shots with Jessica Cruz as a Yellow Lantern. If someone's worked on Green Lantern, I usually try and see if they'll come on the podcast and allow me to geek out with them on everything that they're doing Green Lantern, or what their excitement level was when they got to work on it. All right, everyone. Hope you're having a great weekend, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, everybody.